Zach Sang and the gang hanging out right now in the studio with the band Sheppard.
What's
up? Okay, first of all, like you are our first in studio interview of the new show that we have right now. So I thank you for coming in.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Thank you. And you're in the studio that will be ours eventually when we redo it.
It's gonna be pretty
so
cool.
I thank you for putting up with the hooker curtains around us.
Yeah.
Thank you for part of the decor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The purple lights.
We like to make it look like a brothel.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
kind of the
Totally.
look we go for.
Like a college dorm room mixed with brothel.
Tell me everything about you guys. You guys are from Australia. You're here in the States.
That's right.
You have a huge song right now, Geronimo. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
That's huge. Tell me everything. Where did you guys come from?
You pretty much summed it up.
That was it.
That's it. We're from Australia.
All
This song
right.
called
See you guys
Geronimo.
later next time.
No, I was pretty much, we started as a duo, and it just, Jason joined after about a year, and we all just kind of wrote songs together, and it was very gradual, like the whole growth of it, Then there were 4 members, and then 5, and then 6, and then we just started playing together and having fun, and yeah, it's kind of had a very
Do you plan on
organic.
growing more?
Yeah, it's like next year it's like 52 piece band.
That would actually be joking.
Well, 3 of you have the same last name.
Correct. Yeah. So
It's a coincidence, though.
yeah, no, we're not siblings at all.
Wait, are you joking?
No,
We
I
don't
wish.
get Australian jokes.
Sarcasm.
Sorry.
This Australian
America,
joke.
yeah, it's not
You're only
playing well
speaking
here.
sarcasm.
Oh yes,
Wait, so who's related to who?
So,
these are my 2 sisters.
yeah.
Okay, very cool. Now, did
Yeah.
the band originally start with you 3, or how did it form?
Well, it started with Amy and I, and then
Okay.
Jason was actually the 3rd member to join,
Wow.
and then it wasn't until about a year and a half into it, and Emma was like, you know what, I'm going to do this.
Why did you
Nice.
join? Did they prove themselves to you first? Did you realize
Oh, yeah.
that
Pretty
this is
much.
pretty good?
No, yeah, I was just at school still, and I didn't really have a musical talent. Well, I didn't think I did. And then, I learned how to play bass, and I joined.
Very cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
So you learned for the band.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
she
rad.
did well. She learned in about 3 weeks. She learned all the songs, and then she was up there rocking.
That's like impressive. I don't think
Yeah.
that's a thing. Like people don't just pick up an instrument one day and learn it in 3 weeks and then go perform live on stage, right? That's
Yeah, it doesn't happen often.
No.
That I can think of.
So why did you guys keep growing? Why are you adding members? New instruments, new sound, new
Pretty
creative
much.
vision. What is
Nice.
it?
Yeah, we wrote about 30 tracks together when we we became a 3-piece songwriting team, and we went and recorded it all, and we were just like adding bits. And we're like, oh yes, some keys here, all these crazy drum fills, and then we're like, we don't have a band, so we got our first gig, and we were like, pulling all these members together. The lineup's changed since then a little bit, but that's pretty much how it all
Oh,
started.
that's so
Is,
cool.
is it hard to deal with so many people when you guys are working, especially in such a creative environment? Like, is it a little challenging sometimes?
The hardest part, I think, is flying
Yeah.
and just being like,
Scheduling.
Michael didn't get through security. Not again.
Dean's been deported again.
Oh no!
It's funny, though. You see other bands with 6 people on stage, you're like, wow, that's a lot of people. But it just doesn't feel like that when we're up on stage.
Yeah.
It's all right.
I mean, I think that's the goal, right? You don't want it to feel like a lot of people. You don't want it to feel too crowded. You want to have that one sound.
Yeah, exactly right.
You guys are doing such a great job.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's very nice. of you
Tell
to say.
me about the creation of Geronimo. I mean, that's kind of your song right now.
Yeah.
That's your
And
most
it's
recognizable
everywhere.
song.
Like,
Everybody
it is
knows it.
Every format on TV, it's all over the place, which I think probably having so many members like attributed to that, it being kind of like universal, but that's Sheppard singing that song. So
Yeah, right. Oh, that's cool.
It's awesome.
Where did it come from? Who created it? Who spearheaded it?
It
was-
kind of started 5 minutes before a show.
Really?
I was just warming up backstage and started playing the opening chords, and then brought George and Amy in, and we kind of busted out the early melodies, and then had to go and perform, and kind of forgot about it for a few months until we pulled out our iPhones and started listening to old recordings.
Is that how you track everything? You record now. When you're creating a song, what inspires you first? Usually, do you go by the melody first? Do you go by lyrics? What guides you?
It's different for everyone.
Well, for Jay, it's probably guitar
Yeah.
chords, but for me, it's melody. And
But yeah, there's no like certain formula to it. It's just like every song that we write has a different beginning, or it like
Yeah.
happens in a
Yeah.
different way. It's all very sort of, we don't ever try and force anything. It's not like,
Right.
no, we've got to start with the lyrics, and then we got to, go with the melody, and then it's all very organic, I guess.
Cool.
with Geronimo is that opening guitar riff that you hear, like, dun, dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun.
Yeah, it was very like engaging, and it
Yeah.
like made you feel a certain way, and you just started singing. It was really easy to come up with hooks for that song, and
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
the lyrics and the melodies were
How long did it take you to put all that together, to put the words to that?
probably about it was like 2 hours, something like that.
That's nothing
Yeah.
for a song
Oh
that
my
will pay you for the rest of your life.
Yeah, that song's feeding ya for.
It just worked. It worked
That's
really
awesome.
well. The 3 of us just spitfired melodies, and it all came together
We
really
still,
quickly.
we had to cut out hooks because we
Oh, yes.
really wanted to put them
Too
in, but there
many
was just no room.
Yeah.
I'm digging your hair right now.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm loving it.
awesome.
Thanks. That's in blue.
Yeah, do you change it usually, or is blue your color all the
No,
time?
I think if I were to change it, it might all fall out. So.
Oh, no.
blue is the
It
go-to
actually looks
color.
quite healthy. Like,
Yeah, it looks very shiny.
Oh, thank you.
I
I have
like
to take
it.
good care of it.
yeah.
What inspired the blue hair, or is it like it's a different color than blue, right? Would it be more of a bluish
It's like
green?
blue teal a little bit.
Turquoise.
Oh yeah.
Oh, turquoise.
I used to. My hair used
I'm
to be
getting the
turquoise.
American accent now. I've been
It's
3 days.
turquoise.
You guys are
Arctic
changing
ice.
me.
That was a good. Say your American accent again.
Turquoise.
Uh.
I did it better the first
Yeah, don't force it.
Anybody else have a good American accent?
yeah.
George.
Oh, well,
could-
okay,
You
so
like name a state. And
Go.
Milwaukee. I don't know why. I don't know why I thought of Milwaukee.
That sounded pretty good.
Not bad. Not
If you
bad.
can, you got your New York.
Yeah.
You gotta
Do
go
the
get some
Boston.
coffee.
Do the Boston.
Boston. I don't know.
Boston.
Just gonna cap hack.
How many places have you guys seen throughout the United States? In this new adventure that you guys have embarked on. How many places have you traveled to here in the States?
Yeah, we've been we've done the promo tours, which have taken us
Yeah.
to all sorts of places, mainly LA and New York.
Mm-hmm.
But we had our first sort of major performance in Portland, Oregon.
Oh, wow.
We love Portland. It's such a
Portland,
cool
yeah.
city. It's
All rainy, but it's nice.
yeah, it's a
very
bit cold and
hipstery.
grey, but it was
really
just
loved
we found it to be a really good
And
vibe, and
that's
everyone
kind
was
of-
really accepting.
That's kind of what really took, hit us off in Australia because everyone was like, this Australian band is making it overseas because we had this one big show.
Yeah.
One of our songs went to #1 on this radio station, so we went and did a show and it sold out. And Australia saw all the footage, and they're like, "Who's this?" Do the research, and that's how when our first song really took off.
It wasn't even our show; it was Atlas Genius's show.
Yeah.
Oh,
Really?
that's right,
And
you
we
guys were on-
tricked
yeah.
everybody back home.
How did it all work? So did you start as a band? Were you doing shows in Australia? Did you get some form of notoriety in Australia, or did you come straight here? What was your journey like?
Yeah, it was pretty much we had recorded all the songs, and we're trying to service our first single, "Let Me Down Easy," to radio, and we weren't really getting any sort of attention or traction because an unknown band in Australia it's very hard to kind of
Yeah.
make it,
Especially a pop band.
especially a
Right.
pop band, because there's not really commercial radio over there doesn't really ever take on a new band. Like they don't risk it. You
No,
have to
we-
cross over from the alternative station Triple J
Yeah.
to commercial radio. So it was very hard. So we actually had to come over to the United States and do that big show, and it's always Australia looks at that and goes, oh well, they're doing something overseas,
We need
we'll
to-
take them back.
On
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's funny how that happens.
Yeah, we were doing a lot of touring and a lot of shows. We put on a lot of our own shows and tried to, we did this show in the park.
Ooh.
And
The council wasn't too happy with that.
yeah, we just did it, and we got
That's
in
awesome.
a bit of trouble, but it was cool. It was like a Sunday, so the park was packed, and then all these people were like, "What's happening? Who's
That's
this
awesome.
band?" So we really tried to just do like, pop-up things that really
That's
surprised
sweet.
Do you remember there was an old man that came over from across the road? Like we had this massive stage, big speaker
Speakers.
system. We're just rocking out, and this
That's
old
awesome.
man comes across and he's like, "What the hell's going on?"
Get off my lawn.
Yeah, so his quiet park has just been like,
He was literally screaming at us from side stage, and we were just like, no.
So rock and roll.
"Sorry, dude."
You're bitching. We're just gonna go louder, man.
Yeah,
man.
Seriously.
Turning it up.
Yeah.
I find that crazy that you had to come to America before Australia really was like, hey, these guys are awesome. We're gonna throw them on the radio.
Yeah, it's not uncommon.
I mean, why is that? Is it because they look more to America for stars than they do in Australia?
Is
Or
there more radio opportunity in America? Maybe because we were talking about that before, the two different formats.
I think since then a lot has changed. There's this whole Australian movement now going
Yeah.
on, and we've had Sia and
Right.
Vance Joy. So I think things have changed a little bit. But when we first started getting play on radio, it was really hard.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it might have been the fact that Australians weren't confident in their own artists. So
Sometimes it takes just one person who
Yeah.
recognize us and recognize what we did in the States, and he had us on his morning show, and then that
that
same day we
changes
were at
everything,
three.
doesn't
Yeah.
it?
yeah,
Yeah.
I think there's so much talent in Australia.
yeah.
There's
So do we.
so much opportunity there. It's amazing. And the
absolutely.
people that are groomed and developed in Australia and then come here or make a name for themselves there. I mean, there's so much. There's so much talent there.
Yeah, there's just a work ethic with Australians. I
Yeah.
think we're willing to put in the hard yards and not hope for a free ride or anything.
Right.
It's just I guess because you look at somewhere like the US or the UK and you
Yeah.
see all these massive superstars that are just getting created every single year. You know, it's like we have to work extra hard.
Right.
to
Exactly.
You got to fly halfway around the world. like
exactly.
literally around the world.
Yeah,
Just
we're
be
just
like,
on a
we're
little
here.
island.
Literally, to get here, it's an 18-hour flight.
Yeah, something like that.
We flew so much.
When you first got here, what was the first thing you were so astonished to see how cheap it was? Because that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw there was a van for topless maids.
Oh, that's
that was
a big
only
deal.
$99.
It's a good service.
I'm like, our maid at home, we pay like $200. She's fully clothed. What's the
Wait a
go?
minute.
My friends came, and when I brought them to like a grocery store, they were amazed to see how cheap everything was. Because when it comes to you guys, it has to travel literally halfway across the world. Whereas here, like, we just bring it from down the street and it's into our stores.
Yeah, exactly.
So the prices were different. They were like, holy crap, I'm spending like $100 for a tiny bottle of vodka, and I can come here and get one for like $15.
Yeah, exactly.
Alcohol's cheaper, and so is Nike shoes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I always buy like a ton of shoes when I come here.
You have
Nice.
to.
Yeah.
That's
We're
what we do.
endorsed by
Stock
Nike.
up. Yeah.
My friend came here for
Nike.
10 days, and that's all we did every day was shop.
Shop. Yeah.
Because it was like, this is the be-all, end-all. This is what we want.
Makeup. Oh my god.
I
don't
can't
get me
believe all the
started.
all the food that you guys have.
Ooh,
Would you like
what's
our
your
food?
favorite? What have you? What do you have? Have you had like the fast food yet?
I'm not a big fan, actually.
What?
Yeah, we tried it. We tried In-N-Out Burger.
In-N-Out Burger, everyone's like, you have to try it. Even Australians, like, the best thing you ever tried.
And you didn't like it?
No.
I mean, you can be honest. We don't eat meat, so it's
Yeah,
okay. You're
yeah.
not offending us.
Are you
Right?
you're vegetarians?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're vegetarians.
Yeah, the fries are good.
The fries.
I love the food here. It's just ridiculous. But it is really bad for you.
It's
Oh,
really
it's so bad for you.
But,
It is
my
so bad
God.
for you.
Why does it taste so good?
Yeah, it tastes good. One thing I don't get is the cheese. 'Cause
Really?
Our cheddar cheese is like, white cheese. It's like really nice.
Oh, not here.
Here it's like orange fluorescent.
You can get white
Yeah.
cheddar.
Liquid.
And the bacon. And the bacon.
You guys have
like-
spray cheese, huh?
Oh,
we
yeah,
sure
we do have
do.
that
What's
too.
that
We have
taste
spray
like?
cheese. We have canned cheese.
Oh.
We do a lot of things with our cheese.
I don't put
America.
things from,
I mean,
I
not
don't
for
put
nothing.
things from a can in my mouth. Like I don't do that.
I like to do
spray,
that.
Spray cheese is a no-go for me.
Yeah.
Like,
The
that's
canned
just
canned
horrible.
chicken. Have you seen that?
Oh, I've seen it, but I wouldn't know. Oh my gosh.
Somewhere.
Yeah, there's people. Yeah, they eat here,
They
and it's like
eat
it's not
things.
good. Like it's not good at all. But the Mexican food in Los Angeles is really good. And again, we're
Yeah.
kind of new here, so we don't really know.
Yeah.
But your favorite part in throughout all your journeys, favorite place to go? Portland, you said.
Yeah, and New York City I love.
And Chicago
Yeah.
was cool.
Whoop, whoop.
Amazing.
Chicago was
right?
really cool
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
We enjoyed Chicago.
Very cool. All right, what does 2015 look like for you guys? Big year ahead, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
Album?
it's gonna be busy.
You have
It's
an
gonna be
album
a lot
out
of
now.
airports.
Tell me about it.
The album's out in Australia, but it's actually being released on the 10th of March over here in the States.
You can currently pre-order it.
Pre-order it.
Called Bums Away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tell me everything about it.
it's just fun pop music, to be honest. It's just like energetic, upbeat, sort of.
I think each song has its own identity as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because we were still trying to find our sound when we were writing it. Each song sounds different, but still a Sheppard song.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
And there's two lead singers, so George and I both take lead vocals on some of the tracks. So
That's awesome.
Is that a challenge for the both of you?
Not really.
really.
We've been singing together for like 5 years now, and it's
Yeah.
never been an issue. You know, it's always very clear who should be, the lead in a certain song. You know, it's
Just
very.
depends on the key and how it started. So
Now, is every song that you guys write, is that a collaborative effort, or is it, I heard this and I'll let me spearhead this one, or
It's-
what is it?
Yeah, it's very much a collaborative effort. You know, we all pitch in and do our own little, like, we've all got our own sort of specialties. And, usually somebody, like if Amy will start a song and she has a chorus, then she'll sort of be able to lead the rest of the song. Like we'll pitch in as many ideas as we can, but it's like she'll have, I guess, the final say. And same with Jay if he's like figured out the first bit of the song. But it's all very much,
I feel the best songs that we have written have been really, equally shared
of you guys.
songwriting credits. So Geronimo,
Yeah.
for example, was written by the three of us together around a table in 2 hours. So I think that's where we work the best.
Cool.
Isn't that a special relationship to have with a group of people to be able to come together and creatively agree on so many different levels on a song? Because there's so many tiny decisions that go into making a hit song or any song for that matter.
Yeah.
And it's like you need to be on the same page. And like to work creatively with someone, I
Yeah.
feel like that's the hardest work environment.
Yeah.
There's a lot of compromise, but you also learn from to sometimes take a step back
Right.
and listen to other people's opinion.
Yeah, for
and you'll tend to, agree.
I think when we wrote our first song together, it was Flying Away, which you can hear on the EP, but when we all sat down together and we were just blown away that we had that chemistry. It was really an
awesome.
exciting moment.
That's
to
crazy.
find, to find someone, because George and I, we were a duo and we were doing this folky thing, but it kind of sounded like, I don't know, like not that original, and we were just like missing the third piece. And so when we all got together, we had this unique sound, and George, we just all brought our own piece to the pie. The shepherd pie.
That's so
Piece to the pie.
That is so special. I mean, that's crazy. Like, it's a very rare thing.
It is.
I mean, that's why, like, a lot of pop stars, they work alone or they work with a producer and they have final say or however it goes. I mean, like, you find a lot of people who just work alone or work with, like, one or two other people that they've been working with for a decade or however it goes. I mean, that's really a special thing.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you think about pop music today?
I think pop music is sort of starting to take a turn for the better, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, over the past 10 years, it's been like, I guess because of all these reality TV shows that are just sort of like mass producing these manufactured sort of artists, it's gotten a little bit of a dirty name about it. Like, pop is like a dirty word or whatever. But I think, people are starting to, craft these really awesome like pop songs now and with great melodies and really cool hooks.
Actually write music.
Like, and stuff with substance too,
I think, Mumford & Sons really had something to do with that.
They helped,
sort of revolution.
Well, there was a lot, I think, that went into pop music. And if you just look at top 40, right, what we deemed or defined as top 40, a year, 2 years, 3 years, even 4 years ago, is completely different than what we define pop music and top 40 as today. Everything is defined as pop.
Exactly.
It's not really defined anymore.
No.
Yeah.
We lost the complete definition of what we thought the music genre was, and everything can be played on top 40 now. And I think that's why you guys are doing so well right now, because you can kill it in alternative, you can get to top 10, and then cross over seamlessly and have no questions asked, because we're open to everything. Because variety and wants of a listener is so different. When they listen to a radio station, they want a little bit of everything. And now we have to give it to them, because top 40 is really, next to Hot AC, the most widely listened to format of radio. So it works, and I think it's perfect. It's taken a shift, and I think it's worked in your favor more than anything, because look at the Billboard charts from 4 or 5 years ago. There is a through line through every single artist and every single song that's played. Today, I mean, it's completely different.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I think before, you guys would be on alternative. You'd be killing it in the alt scene. But now we're talking. Now we're hanging out.
Yeah.
It's completely
You're
different.
doing both of those things. So
Yeah. What do you think about, when are you guys going to start touring? Do you have a schedule yet?
We're about to start a tour with Megan Trainor, actually.
That's huge.
That's amazing.
Yes, just a little tiny tour.
No
of
big
the
deal.
States.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's going to be our first like proper tour of the States.
Very cool.
Very cool.
She's been kind enough to invite us as a support act, so we get 18 or 19 dates with her just across the.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome, man.
What goes into a Sheppard's live show?
It's pretty high energy, we like put everything that we have into every single show, and we always I'm completely drenched in sweat by the end of every single show, because it's like when it's a team effort, everyone on stage is just jumping around and having a great time. Like the audience that feeds into the audience is fun, and like we bounce off their fun, and it's just like kind of spirals.
It's a lot bigger from what you hear on the record too. A lot of energy. It's louder. It's harder. It's a lot of fun.
That must be the coolest feeling, to get out there and to kill it for like 20 minutes or 30 minutes and then look out into the audience and see everybody singing your song, everybody dancing, they're there for you. I mean,
that's the best part of being a
that's
songwriter.
sweet.
Yeah.
It is the best part.
'Cause-
Sorry. so much of this job, is everything other than performing. So it's nice to get on stage and have that moment for an hour or so. And to be doing 19 shows over here is just so nice, because we've done shows over here, but it's just been one and then a whole lot of promo. So we're excited.
And that's really the moment that you can really sort of connect with the fans,
Yeah.
Oh my
because
God.
you don't really get to. You've got Twitter, and you can
Sure.
see all the little stats that are happening, but it's only when you really get to a live show and you see how much people are enjoying your music and the smiles on their faces after you finish. Like, that's when you're like, okay, wow, we're actually having an impact on these people's lives.
Oh yeah, you're part of that moment for
Yeah,
them.
it's incredible, because like Amy said, the majority of the time is spent in a van, or it's flying somewhere, or it's like checking in airports and hotels. And then there's this one little moment, like
it
every
makes it all worth
couple of
it.
days or so, where you get to actually go on stage and do what you do, and that's the magic. That's the beautiful moment.
What's the hardest part of this entire journey been for you guys so far?
Getting a US visa.
Oh no. Sorry.
I hear that is really challenging.
Yeah, it's pretty hard.
Age of 15 years or something every time we go through that process.
Yeah, because it's never just a straightforward like you hand in a piece of paper,
No.
and then they stamp it, and then it's all good.
Nothing's like that
It's
here.
always like it takes so much longer than you think it's going to take, and then I'm pretty sure that every single time we've been into the U.S. Embassy, it's like we're flying the next day, and it's like it's down to the last 15 minutes or something, and it's like we're either going or we're not going. Like we're gonna lose our plane tickets. you know?
That's a little much.
That's a real stress.
Yeah.
Like,
The very first time we were in Paris, and because we'd started this tour, we were going to London and then on to the US after that. And we were in London, the US Embassy, I couldn't do it in time. The visas had been approved, but they just needed to be put in the passports. So we had to catch a train down to Paris, where nobody speaks a word of English.
Yeah.
And, we needed to get passport photos, and all of the camera places were closed. It was a bank holiday, and it was just like, we're running around like stressed out of our minds,
It
like
was like the
headless
Amazing
chooks.
Race.
yeah,
I
that
would've-
sounds like
And
a
we're all in
nightmare.
cabs,
Yeah, I would have. I would have
hailing
just.
each other,
I would
waving
have
at
killed
each other,
myself.
like,
Yeah, we're like,
Quick
where's
band, I gotta go.
the US Embassy? Where's the US
Everything
Embassy?
went wrong that day. Like when we finally found this photo place, and then his machine broke down.
Of course.
And
You had to hand cut them.
he hand cut them, and they were all like dodgy. And
At that point, I accept within myself that I'm just gonna live in Paris.
Yeah,
for
I'm
the rest
done.
of
I'm done for the rest
That
of my
I'm
life.
never
Oh, well.
coming
I
back.
just like get a job at the local croissant shop. Like,
Yeah.
like I just never come back.
I'll establish the roots here. Whatever. Like I'm done.
And it's so hard because nobody speaks English. Or nobody wants to speak English. So you're like, where's the US Embassy?
In Paris, they're like, we don't care how you go to America. We hate them.
So you're flying from Australia to America every time you have a promo trip,
Oh,
or every time
man.
you do. So you don't have you're not like renting a house in LA and then coming out from LA. You are literally coming from Australia.
Yeah, that's right.
Credit to each
Yes.
and every one of you.
Props.
That's a lot.
It's not as bad as flying to England.
Yeah.
Oh, from
Australia to
Australia?
England.
Oh.
it's-
What is
it's
that, like
a-
24 hours?
Yeah, something
Oh.
like that.
There's always a stopover as well, and I think that's
so
what
it's like
kills us.
it's 8 hours to Hong Kong or Singapore, and then you have a stopover for 2 hours, and then it's 14 hours.
Oh, gosh,
After
no.
that.
That's
No.
so
And
much
you get to the hotel room
time.
and you're like, something smells of vinegar. Oh, it's me.
I've been in one cabin for 24 hours.
So I just cannot sleep on planes. So literally, my eyes are just.
Oh.
I feel like I've got spirals in my eyes. By the time-
Oh yeah, you're delirious.
What was that one trip that you had to get right from a crazy long flight, right off the flight, and straight to work? Have you had a trip like that?
Yeah,
yeah,
sort of
all
when
the
we fly here.
Yeah.
Yeah. We came here just a couple of days ago. We landed at like 6 a.m. We had a show the next day, but it was like the complete opposite time zone to
Oh,
us.
you
So
poor
we wanted to
things.
sleep at the start of the day here.
I think
That's
one of the
terrible.
toughest stints we've done was we did Germany, and we had driven from one town to the other, and it took about 11 hours to get there. We got into the hotel at about 1 a.m., had to wake up at 3 a.m. to do this morning television show, and then we had a show that day, so we were awake for the whole day, and then we had a show at 11 p.m. that night.
Oh my god.
And then we finished the show, getting to bed by about 1:30.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then up at 6 because you got to fly to Spain and do a full day of promo. And after
Wow.
that, we were just like,
No, you turn. Yeah, your body just starts to shut down
No,
into
it's-
itself.
It's
Like
so funny. We went to they made us go to Singapore.
Yeah, after
for
that day.
some promo, and the video is just not. They can't use it because we're all just like
oh, you're zombies.
yeah.
just done like not
So we must have come across so rude, but we literally had no energy left, nothing in the tank. So
Do you fear that you're being rude to people sometimes? Like, do you double think that?
Yeah. Well, when I look back at those videos, I'm literally like,
I actually thought I was gonna fall asleep in that.
Ask me another question. I dare you.
Go ahead.
I looked back at one of the videos. Jay sent it to me. And there's this moment, this guy asks a question. He's like, so, being on this successful, European tour, do you have any expectations of what it's like to go back home? And I'm like, I don't know. What are you saying? I don't know what you're talking about. And he repeats the question, and I'm like, I don't know. I have no idea what you just said. I'm sorry. I'm like, you take this one.
it's literally like you can't help but get, you get into that.
Oh, absolutely.
We call
Yeah.
it getting into the void when you when you just stare and you can't help not do
Oh,
it.
that is like one of the worst feelings in the world when you can't sleep and you have to be awake. It's awful.
Yeah.
Now, when do you guys go back and start writing? Or are you writing actively for another album, another single? What are you guys doing?
We're kind of forced to write on the road because we
Yeah.
don't have much time back home. So we'll probably start doing that this tour.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of ideas, but we just need a bit of time to put them all together and finish them. Finish them.
Yeah, you've got the iPhone memos and they're all there. It's like, you might have a quick like cool chorus idea and you're like, cool, that's good, record that. And then you just leave it, but you don't ever have time to just finish it, And because we all three of us need to be in the same room, in the same mindset, it's tough to find that moment, but we're doing it.
You guys are gonna kill it. I think you guys are going to be huge. Geronimo is going to be ginormous. I think it's already a big song. So big. I think we're going to take it on. I think Reddy is going to take it on. It's going to be great.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool.
It's funny how long it takes, like, because in Australia, it was like after we released it, 3 weeks, it was number one.
Oh, yeah.
3 weeks later.
You can wait a year.
Yeah.
Hey There, Delilah didn't break onto radio. Like, that song by Plain White T's?
Yeah.
Like,
it was an alt track first.
I'll see what Tom Jones just said.
It didn't break mainstream for, like, a long time.
And then, after it broke mainstream, you turned on your alt station, your top 40 station, your top AC station. It's kind of like Geronimo. Geronimo was playing simultaneously for a while, so it'll keep going.
Cool. Nice. I hope so.
Is there anybody you guys look up to? Is there a band that you kind of not model yourself after, but listen to their stuff and say, "Hey, I kind of like that. Maybe we. I'm inspired by this."
Oh, definitely. Yeah. There's so many, but I mean, for me personally, it was like Coldplay.
Yeah.
I really loved.
Cool.
What? Of course, I say this in every interview.
Was this like
in the hope that Chris Martin sees one of these interviews?
Would you come on tour with us?
I really feel bad that was like that one standard question that somebody asks in every interview, and I knew it was going to be that standard question that everybody asked, like as it was coming out of my mouth. But like I didn't regret it because I was kind of interested.
You've passed the test because you haven't asked us about the siblings.
This guy's the biggest Coldplay fan, so as soon as that question gets asked, we just wait for his response.
Wait,
what is the one question that you get all the time?
What's it like to be in a band with your siblings?
Oh.
Do you fight?
Do you fight on the road or like every single time?
No siblings ever fight.
Yeah, because here's the deal. Like I don't think you guys. I don't know if you would fight. I think you already have like your. Here's my read on the band, right? Like the three of you are like head honchos. You've been here from the beginning. Even you might be a sister, but it doesn't matter. You're kind of just there. Everybody's integral, but you guys are it.
I don't think it's like that. I just think everyone's got their own role in the band.
Everyone's got their own specialty, Everyone brings their own unique piece to the pie. The Sheppard
pie.
We all have very different.
What is everybody like? What do you think? Like, what is everybody really unique at? Because I'm interested. Because my team is the same way. We probably have like 8 people, who put together the radio show with us every day. And I agree with you. Every single person is so different. And I know that at the end of the day, I couldn't do the radio show with at least one of them. Yeah. Like if somebody was missing,
it's the same with us. Yeah.
It's a big deal. It's a team.
Yeah,
definitely.
So I think Emma is obviously the only bass player.
Yeah. And the best.
She's the best. But she's a bit of a badass as well.
Are you? I don't like the blonde
hair. Not badass as in like misbehaving, but she's like.
She'll just say it how it is.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Nice. If somebody disrespects the band or disrespects
we're all like tiptoeing around the issue, and she'll just go out and say it. All like.
You need someone like that.
You do, exactly. So that's Emma's role.
Michael's pretty much the most genuine, kindest, nicest person you'll ever meet.
He seems it. He hasn't stopped smiling.
Yeah.
If you need his shirt right now, he'll give it to you.
Like on the way, for example, on the way over, there was 5 premium economy tickets, which is like unheard of for us. We were always in economy, but we got most of us got upgraded, and there was one person who had to take economy. And of course, Michael's the first.
I took the bullet.
Oh,
he took the bullet.
You're a hero.
But I ended up getting upgraded.
He got upgraded.
See,
you look like a good guy.
Karma works in your favor, sir.
Yeah.
Karma is it.
Yeah, it is. That's awesome.
And George is Mr. Charisma.
Yeah.
He's great at IDs.
Yeah.
He's great at
That's it. That's all I bring to the
That's
band.
what you do. Yeah,
You're really good at those station liners.
That's why we bring him along, because he says the station liners. Oh, the best.
It's true. We'd be here all day doing IDs.
It's a hard job.
No, but he's
Ladies
really
and gentlemen.
great at lyrics. George is a lyric master.
Yeah, and I'm loving that hair, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
thanks.
rad.
I just got a cut.
Wow, I like it.
Yeah.
Was
I
it
had
different
more of
before?
I had more of like a mop sort of side sweep thing going, and
That's
about
the
2
new-
weeks ago, I just.
I feel like that's the
it's a good
look.
feeling.
Up and back. Like I try to do that for a little bit. But
Yeah.
that's cool.
Up and back. Thanks, man.
Yeah,
Can I play it? I just want to do like a braid.
yeah you should.
I could get one of those like man buns.
But
That's
I
nice.
Oh, the man
braid
bun.
in some ribbons. So big mohawk at the back.
A lot of creativeness coming from the studio
Let it
right
happen.
now, and I like the direction that we're
Yeah,
heading.
it's perfect.
Okay, back down the line.
Jay is
Jay's he's just got a great beard.
pain in the
That's
butt.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
No, Jay's a multi-talented individual. You know, he does photoshops and he edits videos. He's a great songwriter. He plays great guitar. You know,
He's probably the most creative person I think I've ever met.
Really?
Cool.
Very cool.
Thanks, Mickey.
Wow, that's a huge compliment.
Yeah.
That deserves a single tear.
a single one.
Just one. Straight-
I still love you.
Keith, can we get a close up on that single tear rolling down his
Yeah,
cheek?
yeah,
Thank you.
I wouldn't cry.
All right, back down the line.
And Dean is the funniest guy.
Yeah,
The funniest
I think we're
mofo.
in such a bad mood, but the more tired Dean gets, the more funny he becomes.
Great.
Keeps us
Like,
laughing.
yeah, at 6 a.m. we'll all be like in the lobby, just like this. I'm just having the worst life of my life.
My life. I'm having the worst life of my life.
I'm having the worst morning of my life. And I look over and Dean's just like doing some stupid dance. It's like,
That's what he's
and
good
it's
for.
just like, you know, he's a fantastic drummer as well. He's a world-class
Very
drummer.
energetic, and he brings a lot to
you.
the show.
Very cool. You guys are awesome.
Yeah.
And we forgot Amy.
Oh yeah. What she brings to the team?
Amy's like,
Where do we start?
Yeah, look-
Aw.
Guys,
else,
you forgot
guys?
me.
Yeah. I mean, I can't.
One
forget
piece of
myself.
pie missing.
Well, I mean, it was Amy's idea to start this whole thing, really. So,
Uh-huh.
you know, she's integral to the entire, the inception of Sheppard. And, you know, she's fantastic with melodies. She's a super kind, super genuine person. I know I'm her sibling, so I don't really say this often enough, but she's a lovely person. And she's got a great, like, business mind as well, you know.
very
She's-
important to have.
Yeah, even, like, she's always thinking about, no, she's not only a great songwriter and a great artist, but she's got that sort of mindset of, like, you know, we've got to run this business as well. Like, and
That's awesome.
you need that sort of
I mean,
attitude.
Badass,
yes.
Yeah.
Some may say that might be more important than the art. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
Right?
you definitely need both if it's going to be successful.
Preach.
Red.
Awesome.
I know a lot of like artists are like, oh, you know, you're
care
mercenaries.
about
You know,
Well,
don't think about the business at all. Like it's just money or whatever. But
Anything you
It's
do
just-
in life has a business aspect to it, so you got to think about that.
You guys are awesome.
yeah.
So much.
you were awesome.
So much success heading your way in 2015. New
Thanks,
album
man.
out March 10th.
That's
Sheppard,
Boop, boop.
Geronimo. You guys kick ass.
It's been a long radio segment.
I thank you for coming
Usually
in.
they're like 5 minutes, and then it's
Just
like,
very-
Oh no.
Oh no, we chat.
We,
yeah, this is
it's
great.
great.
We get
we
into it.
converse. An honor. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Likewise.
Thanks.